Also, I know that I'm streaming this at a lower resolution, but this game looks amazing.
It looks good in the stream.
Yep, that's good. There's going to be, because this game has so much, what is that effect called? Where it's like a grain filter, but it's noise effect.
Noise.
Because it has so much of that, it's going to look a little bit lesser in certain areas because they adjust how much noise there is as the game goes on, depending on the cutscene and stuff. But it should still be fine.
This is amazing how much better this looks than Life is Strange.
Yes.
And it's like 15 years older.
Uh-huh. Yep.
What's her name?
Heather. Her name is Heather.
Have you seen, I'm sure you have, those juxtaposed images from the wiki, it looks like?
Yes.
Heather after killing
Heather
God.
after killing God, Heather enjoying her blonde hair.
The only two moods.
As it turns out, a lot of people don't get to hear that because if you're careless and you fall off, you don't ever hear that scream. So, also, there is old man shaking head.gif, something that if you've been on 4chan, you've definitely seen at some point.
Really?
Nice.
This game's bad because it was mutilized as free off.
Also, here is the first proper monster. Let's try to get a good look at it.
Your mother-in-law.
Oh, that's the map button. Oh, I'm dumb.
That's a fucking nightmare. Oh my
That
god,
is
it's a Fresno
penis.
Nightcrawler!
That is a penis. Like, straight up.
It's a Fresno Nightcrawler.
Listen, you call it what you want, but I'm pretty sure it's penis.
No one knows what I'm talking about.
I've heard of. Oh shit, that is.
It's that weird video from Mexico of that like pants walking across the front lawn.
Also, this is.
I love that pants video.
It's so good.
So right away, this is a theme that comes up here. So something's fallen between the table and the floor. I think it might be a key. If my arms were a little longer, I might be able to reach it. She can absolutely reach it. There is absolutely nothing stopping her from reaching it.
She needs those long arms so she doesn't have to bend over. It's bad for your back.
So, what that is asking you to do is put the books that you got in order on the shelf in the order that the poem says.
Oh, wow.
To be clear, the first puzzle on hard mode in this game requires extensive knowledge of Shakespeare.
Holy shit, do you have that?
I do, actually.
Oh.
But the first time I played this game, I tried it on hard mode and I got this, like, because this is like the first 30 minutes and I was like, wow, fuck this.
God.
These puzzles are unfair. Like, the big ones are just unfair. But that didn't end up happening. Also, something I should point out is that
dog friend in the corner.
there is a dog friend, but also the fact that when you are in like when you're reading text that says the lock is broken, I can't like get through this. Enemies don't stop like they did in Silent Hill 2. They keep going and they can hit you as you're reading text.
Oh shit.
That's lame. Why aren't they polite?
Why can't you talk to the monsters?
Why can't you ask them if they're okay?
Oh wait, no, I do remember this. This is so bad.
Same thing with Silent Hill, play 1 and 2. But
So, what you need to get this ladder here is something, because she can't reach it. If only she had the tongs from earlier, which she just threw away once she got that key.
You
God
say
damn it.
tongs?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you missed her. There was a key that was easily within reach, but because she's a white woman, she had to get tongs to grab them. And then she's like, good, and then she went out of her way to break them out. She threw them away because
I don't need these anymore, just snaps them up.
Just snaps them up, makes them unusable.
Wait, do the youth still listen to Blink-182, or is this now an old man band?
So, it's a totally old
That's
man.
an old man band.
God
First of
damn
all,
it.
you're saying the youth, which means
Yeah,
you're
is
an old
calling
man.
them the youth an old man thing?
Yes.
Yes.
Also, Blink-182 is officially like a 30-year-old boomer band.
God damn it.
That's a band that people who are just turning 30 used to listen to at like the skate park.
I don't want to. I don't want to be old. All right.
So I'm not gonna get that.
2003 is the moment that the games were able to
What
do
I can
that.
get though is this. I got a hanger.
Now you can finally do that back alley abortion.
Now you
Hell
can,
yeah.
you
Finally.
can finally abort yourself and kill the demon inside of you that's generating this nightmare reality.
Take out James's kid. Invalidate
Gabe.
game 2.
Is that? That can't be the plot. I just said that. I didn't.
He did. He said it as a jest. As a jest.
Is that literally the?
Say it again, just so that.
To give her,
Yes!
she's gonna give. You can finally give yourself that back alley abortion to kill the demon inside of you that's generating the hell. This game's about anxiety of being pregnant. I figured it out.
Did you just like fucking nail it?
You play as a girl. It's about pregnancy.
I'm not
anyway.
saying shit.
Woo!
It's about pregnant.
Now that we have this hanger, which she's not going to, she's going to fashion it off screen so that they didn't have to model it. She can now get this ladder down.
She couldn't jump. Do a little hop.
No.
No, and she also couldn't hold on to the tongs from earlier.
If white boys can't jump, what do you
What?
think white women can't do?
She looks like she's having a lot of problems doing this very simple action. This bodes poorly for the rest of the game. Yeah, Alex, why would you play an old game when you could be playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey by Ubisoft Entertainment? Immerse yourself in the Greek adventure. Truly, it's an odyssey worth taking.
I was expecting you to, like, keel over as you were saying that.
In the incredible story
Also,
of
hey.
Incredibles 2, you journey as
There's a sort of
Delicatessen.
vice here.
there's a sort of vice here, often used for vice crunching baby head.
And
I mean, you could.
I don't know why, but this doesn't, like, phase me at all. The fact that you have to use the walnut on the vice to get what's in it out.
What is in it?
A moonstone.
Right, of course. That makes total sense.
Oh, all you have to do is go to Clefairy. This weak bitch couldn't just break open a walnut with her bare hands.
This is the same weak bitch that can't jump up to grab a ladder, so no. Or, step on it.
She can't reach into a pallet to grab a key. that's
Listen,
clearly
man.
right there.
I don't see any of you guys going to Silent Hill.
I would if it was
would.
real, because I didn't let it kill me.
Yeah.
You are met with this.
Horse?
That's just a penis.
Oh god, that's just a dick.
That is just a penis. And
That's just.
you have to shoot it.
Right, shoot that dick.
Listen, if I had a gun and there was a giant.
Oh my god,
penis
wait, did
forming
I already
its-
kill it? I already killed it. Easy mode!
Jesus.
Great.
Okay, well now you're not allowed to shit talk Heather. Cause she just killed the boss in like 10 shots. So
Why?
yeah.
I have,
lamest
I have a
game in
very important question.
What is
Yes.
Fortnite?
After experiencing demonology at its base form, why would you go to the subway where it's real?
Oh
It's
wait,
real
hold
in
on.
Real life.
Okay, here's Echo Actions. Is this where Minmo is? I forget. There's Fruity Rouge.
Oh, this is confusing.
Please look at this.
Fruity Rouge?
Fruity Rouge.
Fruity Rouge is totally like a
Fruity
drag
Rouge.
name.
Oh god.
And there's Echo Action. I wonder if Minmo is here. I don't think it is. I think Minmo is later.
I like the Just Cats from Silent Hill. is my
Nope, here it
favorite.
is.
Just Cats from Silent Hill is so good because there's no context. It's just a sign
Just
that says
cat.
Just Cats.
Growing strong and healthy. Minmo.
An advertisement for that cat in particular, or is it a product? I can't tell.
No, you can't tell. That's the point. That's what makes it so funny.
A gaming.
But I'm not
Oh
gay.
boy.
Get married.
Well, This looks normal.
I will go deeper underground because my name is not idiot.
Let's go further down. What's the
Hey,
worst that could happen?
Is Heather stupid?
Yes.
I actually think. Oh Christ, that dog did spook me a little bit. Is this woman dumb?
Hey, I got a nutcracker.
Nut.
Can I? I don't think I can use this on anything at the moment. Yeah, I can't. Weirdly, you don't use this on the walnuts.
Oh, totally.
Just
Oh
be
yeah,
like,
this is why you need it. The chain. Okay, so the chains holding the doors. This really feels like these items were mixed up. The chains holding the doors together are secured with a bolt and a nut. The nut is screwed down tight. I can't turn it with my hands. I wonder if the nutcracker will work.
This is why you don't use Google Translate to write your essays.
I was about to say. Because I think you're right. I think like
Yep,
the translation team was like, yeah, there's a
Yeah, they
nutcracker.
fucked up and they got
I
things
used-
mixed up.
I used the nutcracker.
Sometimes Google Translate does work, lulling you into a false sense of security, but then the Vice Nutcracker syndrome attacks once again.
Hits you with that vice nutcracker and just remember how bad it all really is.
And it's also moving. And the effect on this was insane for 2003. So, like the effects that they used to simulate the train car moving. It's so good.
Well, bitch, don't you want to go home?
I love
Here
this.
you go.
I love this line so much. There's a newspaper on the floor. It's nothing but garbage.
Yeah, that's everything.
That's newspapers.
This is a really good effect, 2003.
Hell yeah. Here it's pretty necessary for one. Oh, yeah. So, oh, here's a map, by the way, first of all. Yeah, there's a toolbox here, but there's nothing really useful inside at all. Let's, God damn it. Let's take a look at this.
That's a lot of blood, man.
Yeah, it's a lot of blood. Look at what I picked up.
Oh, I got a
Maul?
mall.
It's a maul. Like a big round pointy hammer. It's super heavy, but at least it's got some oomph.
That's a mace. You picked up a
can-
medieval mace.
No, maces don't look like this.
Yeah, no, when they're really big, they're malls.
And she can just do like weak
Wait,
swings
okay,
with it.
hold on. Fuck you, Heather. You can't jump up to grab a ladder. You have trouble like operating simple machinery, but you're just gonna go ahead and swing around a mall like it ain't no thing. Like
Hell
it's
yeah.
Saturday afternoon and you're at batting practice.
Hell yeah, she is.
Fuck you, Heather.
There's something written on the notebook. Oh, that's how you're supposed. Oh, okay then. No, this puzzle does make sense.
You've just been doing it wrong all
I
these
just
years?
never noticed this. So there's an outlet here. Gee, I wonder what we have to do. We gotta. It's so funny. She just does it. Just. There was the monster. I never knew about that notebook at all. And oh, and by the way, if you don't do that, if you don't kill that monster with the dryer, you get a game over.
Great.
I never knew about that notebook. I thought that this puzzle made no sense because if it didn't tell you about that, then like the only way to do that puzzle would be to have died and like known that you were going to die unless you put something in the water.
If you will. Which I won't.
Oh,
I refuse to. Coward.
I forgot.
Mars needs mom's D-make.
So, in case you guys didn't see that, here we go.
I gotta be honest, I don't know if it's just me. There's a massive lag, like 2 seconds
Really?
between you talking and what I see on the stream.
Oh, well, yeah, because
Well,
it's
that's
Twitch.
just Twitch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so look at what I've got here.
A katana.
A katana.
Yeah, because
Oh,
what I
sword.
played, the second one, there's like weapon durability in this game, isn't there?
No, that
Oh,
would
what
be
am I thinking?
horrendous. That would not be good at all. There is weapon durability in 4.
No, maybe that's one.
Or no,
Is
wait.
it 4?
Is
Is it
there?
Origin?
It's oh no, Origins has weapon durability. 4 has limited inventory.
No. It has. Yeah, 4 has limited inventory. Origins. I remember this. I'm good at retaining information. That's why they call me faggot. But no, Origins has the durability, but they fixed it, like you said, with being able to pick up anything. Which is
Yeah,
a really bad idea.
It's a really bad idea because it made it so like you were able to pick up a toaster and use it as a weapon.
Oh gosh, yeah. No, I actually do remember that.
It's like a Yakuza game, but like in Silent Hill.
I looked up, like, can't find the map Silent Hill 3, and the first thing that comes up is footage of the area you are in right now.
This is also something that I don't get. Or this is also another like logic thing where it's like so easy. The drawer is open just a smidge. It must be rusted or something. I can't pull it out any further. Gee, it's not like you have a pipe, a katana, a maul, and a knife that you start the game with and can't miss.
Could have had a pair of tongs too, bitch.
You could have had a pair of tongs too, but no, you need the screwdriver that we got earlier.
You could even use that just nice pen that's on the desk.
You could use the pen that's on the desk.
This woman really needs to. You don't do the abortion through your ear, dude. Why would you twist the handle on a bathtub that's just clearly not hooked up to anything? God damn it, this woman.
Yeah, no. I mean, she doesn't have anything to say about this either, which is a lot. This is quite the image right here.
No, she doesn't
Great.
care. That makes total sense to Heather.
God. Gee. Okay, I can kind of see the game's themes coming through a little. I really love like just the environment in this game. The environments.
Oh yeah.
They're just
It's so
oppressively grimy. Just
it's oppressive and stressing
Yeah.
looking at it.
all the best horror games are like oppressively just grimy. Like Amnesia, Resident Evil 7, they're all just like disgusting. Every single surface.
It's
Mhm.
like
That red, brown.
and they all use darkness very effectively, but the darkness feels like something to scrub away with a sponge.
Oh yeah, this is what's on the first floor.
Worm. A worm?
Hey, remember how you were talking about oppressive and grimy and bloody?
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, so this is harmless, by the way, and that kind of makes it way worse.
That does make it worse.
I don't want to get too
There.
close, but I don't think it'll attack me now. Why not? I'll bark and no bite.
It's just this mysterious just mass just twitching. Oh, that's awful.
It sure is. For some reason, the only thing in this fridge is liver. I hope it's not rotten. It's pork
Ew.
liver. So yeah, pork liver in a bloody Silent Hill fridge.
There
Sure,
is
that's
something,
fine.
and horror game developers have learned this. There is something so awful about just an unplugged fridge with just fucking
Yeah.
slime in it. Like Resident Evil 7, that's the grossest part of that game.
Kind of, I don't know. So what you have to do is you have to combine the oxidal and the matchbook because you might think, okay, that'll make a flame. But no, not quite. You also have to use the pork liver.
What?
First, I think it's like you cover the pork liver in the oxycodal and then in the oxalol and then light it and then it burns.
Huh.
But then you
okay.
ask, why not just burn the painting directly?
Yeah. Fucking adventure game logic.
It's a little weird. Thankfully, I had everything for it though because I didn't leave behind the map. Thank God.
You know, I say adventure game logic like, you know, with like a snark, but I miss it. I miss that sort of like
Yep.
in-depth.
Oh, that's not supposed to look like that.
Oh,
That's not supposed to look like that at all. That's a
is that
bug.
bug?
That
Ooh.
is a bad bug. That's
so
supposed to
good.
be violently
Yikes.
convulsing, and the images are supposed to be like... Oh, man.
I
That's
love 6 ears and mouth.
6 ears and mouth.
Two
Tu fui ego eris. Weird
Wong
writing.
Fu.
What was that?
So yeah, Heather just said the spell that killed the monster in this fantasy book. And there was also a monster on the first floor, remember, that was blocking the way. But remember, there were also monsters here. That spell killed every single monster in the building.
Oh. Interesting.
Why doesn't she like just use that over and over from then on?
Don't worry about it.
So yeah, if you missed it, we're going to the hospital.
Great.
First place in Silent Hill that we go to
Great.
is the hospital. And you might think to yourself, oh, well, that's okay. I'm sure it's far away and we have, like, some other stuff to get to first. No, it's right there, and it's the only place that you can access.
Oh god.
Why not just let her give birth to an evil god who will create
Oh,
a
boy.
place?
There's nothing in that room, don't worry. We don't need to go in there. It
wait.
would be
Saying that.
really helpful if we had the map.
Walk into that room and just fucking walk right back out.
Yeah. But why haven't you taken my doll with you? Ah, my gift must have embarrassed you. How cute you are, Heather. Stanley Coleman. I guess you could say that Heather has a stan?
Nope, don't say it. Didn't you say you like Silent Hill 3 more than 2?
No, I like 2 more than 3.
Oh.
But, and I said that kind of weirdly, like, no, not this fucking awful piece of shit. No, this is still an amazing game, but I prefer 2, simply because I think it's a little bit more, I don't know how I would adequately describe, like, because they're not very different games at all. They are very similar, and on a technical level, 3 is better.
Yeah.
But the story in 2 is like its own contained thing. It's, again, the fact that 3 is a direct sequel to 1, and the whole purpose of that cutscene was just straight up to tell you, if you didn't play Silent Hill 1, here's what happened in Silent Hill 1.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, this is the room that we were in before. Was it, though? Wow, that's weird. That's a different room entirely. I guess so, there are multiple rooms like that. But there's nothing in those rooms, if I remember correctly.
Like, you turn around to leave the room, like, right when they both raise their axe to cut into your back.
Yeah. And there's the basement floor. I don't like basements in video games. I don't like basements in real life. Like,
We don't have them in Florida.
Did I tell you? I told you guys about that dream I had when I was a kid that I remember in stark detail about my basement, right?
Oh god.
Where I was going to my basement and all of a sudden, like, a man like ran out to the base of the stairs and he was just in a full body black cloak and he just had a white mask that was smiling.
It's awful.
this is a good shot right here. It's a wheelchair, but where's the person that was using it? And what's with this stream of blood? Oh. Of all the things we could have gotten in this game, as far as weapons go,
At this point, it's gonna be really easy to kill God.
sometimes at night I can hear their weird prayers and the sounds of children crying. I went there to complain one time, but they ran me right out. Since then, it hasn't changed a bit.
Great.
He went there. Sometimes I hear the sounds of children crying. I went there to complain.
Can you fucking keep it down?
In fact,
Listen, I don't care if you torture the kids. I just do not want to hear it.
hey, buddy. I'm just gonna walk right by you.
Can't wait to see this. Shit.
I'm just gonna walk. Oh yeah, and there is the nurse that Heather was talking about.
I like how the walls are like pulsating.
Oh, guess what? You're gonna love this area.
Oh, great.
Just right away.
I didn't even get to start.
Okay, there is one thing that I want you to see, though, by the way, and it's right here. Oh, wow. This is it.
Oh.
So, yeah. Remember Mirror Tech?
Oh yeah. I've seen this scene.
Have you?
Never seen it in context though.
So,
I've seen parts of it. Oh, this is so fucking cool.
yep. And then that happens. And you can't leave the room, by the way. The door is locked.
Oh, good.
When this happens.
Whoa.
Yep. And let's just...
I gotta keep going. Nice.
Gabe, if you're not watching, you probably should be right now, because...
I am. I turned the sound on the stream just to be aware.
And yeah, there's the butter.
God. Shit. That is the most terrifying.
That is one of the most terrifying things in the game.
Wow, that's crazy.
It,
Like, imagine
sound
having
effect.
no idea that's coming and you're like playing this at 3 a.m. in 2003.
yes, yeah. Oh god, when this game... If you played this game without a guide when it came out, oh man.
You just got to that scene. I just imagine your jaw on the floor.
Yeah, yeah.
Just, what?
Oh yeah, there's also this. And I don't think there's... That's the thing about this part of the like nightmare part of the hospital. There are plenty of rooms where there's just like they just exist. There's nothing in them that you need for like puzzle progression or anything like that.
Yeah.
They're just there to freak the shit out of you.
I'm so glad I found that game for
Oh yeah. Here's this too. By the way, remember how I was just saying rooms that exist solely to freak you out?
Yes. Oh my god. What? What is the point of this except for
Can't
this?
hurt you. It's...
Oh my god.
Actually, the more I look at it, the more pitiful it seems, like a child locked up in there with no chance of escape. Yeah, that's... And also, there's some... Yay!
Got it. So apparently not.
Oh, damn it, there's no map of this, because it's... Oh,
Uh-oh.
boy. Yep, so, you go into a room, and you see gurneys with numbers on them.
Oh
You
god.
just turn around, you walk right back out, and you go home.
I know what this means.
You're immediately like, oh fuck, it's a goddamn puzzle.
And, okay, so, yeah. Can you just kick him to death? I'm actually curious. I think I've stun locked him. Let's skip this and hopefully see if it doesn't crash again. Come on. Okay, no, it didn't crash. I skipped the cutscene and it didn't crash. And here we are. Folks who were here yesterday will remember that this is technically the first part of the game, because of the dream sequence at the start.
What if the whole game is
If you're a dream sequence, understand?
shit? Explains everything. Wait, if I'm a dream sequence, how come I'm sad all the time?
Because it's a nightmare.
Shit!
Oh god.
Oh, hell.
Am I in Silent Hill?
You're in Canada, it's even worse.
Yes.
Ah!
Yep. And there is an intense noise filter here. It's a giant rabbit costume. Isn't this the mascot from the local amusement park? I don't want to look inside. Something in there smells terrible. So yeah.
The aftermath of Rainforest 2.
Now that's a horror game.
Yeah. Could it be that the guy who committed suicide really did kill a bunch of people? Yeah, there's this. Vanderstein, remember, look at this line right here, because...
Oh, how could I be so stupid? Really? Now? Now you're questioning your own stupidity.
For solving for
So,
They want you to stay with them.
the hallways are shifting,
I have to agree with them.
Whoa!
and there's a red light chasing
Dying
us,
is much
Oh shit. That's
and as we will come in here in a moment, there's a red light chasing us, the hallways are like that, and we're also on the ceiling now.
Whoa!
Roxanne.
This is probably a lot of people have talked about this. This is probably what, if there was anything that inspired PT from this series,
Exactly what I was about to say.
it's probably that. And
Douglas.
here is my favorite cutscene.
Are you hurt?
Can't move my right leg.
Pay attention to what Heather says here at the start, by the way.
You're
I'll call
right.
an ambulance.
What? I don't think one will come. Don't worry.
Call an ambulance?
Used to it.
Heather,
From where? And whence? Heather, have you not been paying attention?
Oh, fool!
Like at all?
Get yourself hurt like
Are
that?
you aware of what's going on?
Sorry.
Remember that time that you fought
Why
like
did you
a
have to do
fucking
that for
monster
me?
in the sewers?
So, horsies. You like merry-go-round horsies?
Not really.
Well, today's your lucky day, because we're going to be killing all of them.
What are you, the glue factory?
Yes.
Yes.
Shit. Well then, one order, please. One of your finest orders.
It's best, by the way, if you, in case you didn't notice, to do this with the katana, because...
I'm sorry. You're telling me in your spooky game, you're just cutting up horses on a merry-go-round?
Yeah, this is a boss called the Memory of Alessa. So, if you want a little bit more context to this, Silent Hill 1, there's a girl called Alessa who is one of the people that gets, like, is one of the kids who gets taken in by, like, the cult,
Alright.
and is burned to death when she turns 7.
Alright.
It's at that point that, Cheryl is born.
Cheryl being you.
Cheryl being, well, yes, Cheryl being you. But Cheryl is also kind of Alessa, because Alessa's, like, spirit got transferred into her, I think? So, and then 7 years later, Harry goes to Silent Hill, loses Cheryl, and eats the god with the power of gun, and,
This is a very dumb franchise. I hope you realize that.
and she is essentially reincarnated as a newborn baby, and that newborn baby is Heather.
There's
So,
no god above Samuel
technically,
Clemens.
because... because this is what was alluded to earlier, Heather is technically 17 years old, plus the 7 years that Cheryl is, plus the 7 years that Alessa was. So technically, Heather is a 31-year-old boomer.
Oh,
I give to you unreservedly my body and my eternal soul. Whatever darkness may befall me, I will endure with you beside me.
All right.
As proof of your miraculous power, guide our obedient and willing souls to the road of paradise, O Lord. We will not give into the power of temptation as long as we have you in our hearts.
I wonder if I could sneak some of these writings into an actual church and just see if they notice.
O Lord, save us with your compassion. O Lord, shower us with your blessings.
That would definitely
O Lord,
fly.
favor us with your abundance.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, that would definitely fly.
That's not what I want.
What's with cults? What's the
Alyssa,
deal with cults?
You're
They're
too
always,
like
they're always sacrificing to some big god in the sky.
But I
The
am
only god
Alyssa.
I know in the sky is the Fairline food.
My little
The
Claudia,
Fairline food?
The airline
dear
food.
sweet sister.
So this is where Heather gets smart for a second.
Alyssa,
Impossible.
is it you?
For a secend. Keywords.
Oh, I missed you.
I
There is
don't need
there's
another
no
world.
permanent change.
It's fine the way it is.
And we will be getting real tarot cards down the line. Interestingly enough, this tarot card is number 22. And do you know which one that is?
No. The tower?
The World.
The Worldo!
It's true, it's the first one Heather gets, and so...
Heather is, Dio?
Well, we'll see.
Heather is Ronnie James Dio confirmed.
So, wait a minute. So I know the save point is here.
Wait, does that make that old cop guy Speedwagon?
Yes.
Wait, no, shit, who's JoJo in this case? Fuck, I'm all confused.
Oh, hey. Well, I know that this is...
I guess God is?
God
JoJo?
is JoJo. Not just the
America?
story of one girl, but two girls.
Story of a lonely boy?
That guy's name, by the way, is Valtiel. And it is basically implied that he is sort of the mastermind controlling everything, about the world shifts and things like that, like the shifts between the normal world and the nightmare world. That's why he's always turning cranks. We saw him earlier in the hospital. But above him there are two girls in red dresses who are obviously references to The Handmaid's Tale. No, they're not, by the way. This book. I feel like I have to read it, but at the same time I don't want to.
That is just Heather's excuse for being
Aglafatas. I had a professor at one point who had another monitor, and it was one of those vertical monitors.
Yeah.
And whenever it wasn't in use, he would use it as his screensaver was this picture of Cheryl.
That's
Or not of
weird.
Cheryl, of Alessa.
That is strange.
I liked that guy. He was good.
Crazy.
You know
There's
what
a
his
picture here,
waifu
but
is now?
I love this guy. There's a picture here, but it's not my style at all.
You know your professor's waifu. That's his secret name. Now you have power over him.
There is one other thing about this room that I haven't even mentioned yet. This is a closet. It's meaningless to me. I don't have time to wax nostalgic over these old clothes. Heather is great.
The guest of honor has arrived. Let's get this party started. Heather, go ahead and kill this crazy bitch. This demon who claims to speak for God. The time has come.
Let's get this
You
party
can
started.
kill her now.
And after that.
You go to hell!
Go ahead and kill this crazy bitch.
What did you do?
Nothing important.
You're not
Why
going
would
to
you
run?
turn your back on someone that is a crazy cult worshiper?
This is the end.
So, if you've never seen it, look up Silent Hill 3 green text.
Okay.
It'll come up right away. So... Genius Heather. What are you gonna do?
you're still alive.
Heather.
Just a joke.
So is this the good ending or the bad
You've
ending?
got terrible
I'm
taste.
sorry.
Heather, did
You
you...
don't have to hide.
Ah.
I'm not hiding anymore.
I feel like that was a
wanna
binary
hear your
choice.
Real name? What was
No.
it again?
Cheryl,
Heather, what the fuck?
the name my father gave me.
You're gonna let your hair color go back too?
I don't know. Don't you think blonde's
There it is.
Oh my god. I thought it was a joke. That's literally enjoying her blonde hair.
Heather enjoying
So
her blonde hair. And it happens immediately after Heather after killing God.
I did not know that that was that
I
accurate.
always thought that was just like accidental comedy, like
Mhm.
just poor selection of
Just poor
pictures.
gallery arrangement.